let's get started here. It's 1 o'clock sharp, 4 o'clock Pacific Eastern here. I want to make sure everybody gets going. What I'm going to do now is show you the next slide, and the next slide is going to kind of set our cadence. We're going to be talking about creating and maintaining property profiles. Now, why? Why do we want a property profile? Well, I'm going to show you exactly how to create a property profile and then how that information pushes right into Market Edge. So if you're tracking things like ADU, seen a lot of those packaging. Well, maybe you couldn't do that in the past to have that field push from the RealNex system into Market Edge. Now you can. Similarly, if you have a property inside of our marketplace, we want to make sure that you are updating and maintaining that property profile so it easily pushes back into our marketing collateral. We'll talk a little bit about adding messages, images, PDFs to really enhance that content, as well as working with the different templates. We've created quite a few templates that you can select per your asset class, as well as what you're trying to do. Is it a sale leaseback, lease first buy, commercial services, development analysis? We have a lot of these templates that you can easily just load and then fill in the blanks. Or if you're using the whole Navigator Pro, it'll fill in a lot of the blanks for you. We'll talk about custom pages. People want to have customization to their program. I'll show you some of the custom pages I made, as well as the widgets and the data fields. We'll talk a little bit about that and how that works. And then ultimately the output with the ePublication website and PDF. Remember, this is recorded. It will be in our YouTube channel at RealNex YouTube. You can go there and see all our videos and our past presentations. If anybody wants a copy of the slide deck, you're welcome to have it to kind of remind you of some of the things our program does. Just email me and I'll send you this slide deck afterwards. So I'm going to go ahead and end this slideshow and I'm going to jump right into the program here. So when you log into RealNex, you're going to log into one of four main areas into the RealNex program. I am inside of the RealNex marketplace. The data from RealNex marketplace or data from the RealNex CRM will push right into Market Edge. So Matt, I have listings inside of Marketplace and I have this 56 Tribune Avenue, and I'd love to be able to create an analysis to show my buyer why they should invest in this property. Or, hey, I have this building and I'd like to show somebody why they would want to invest in this building. All you need to do is simply go ahead and click on the property photo. If you have a property photo, you should have a property photo in there, and then just simply come up to this button that says Analyze. So if your data is already inside our marketplace, which most of you have their data in, to enhance that, to create a bigger brochure, more detailed flyer, to create a full listing presentation, marketing package, offering memorandum, updated valuation, whatever that would be, you simply just hit Analyze right inside of Marketplace. Now, again, it's very simple. Log into RealNex, your listings in Marketplace. You can go to any one of your listings that are in there. They do not have to be searchable, meaning that if you do have an off-market pocket listing, you can simply go to Analyze. It will take that information and will push it into the RealNex Market Edge to build out that beautiful marketing package, flyer, or valuation. Now, I did mention that we want to talk about maintaining and creating property profiles. So here I was prospecting for multifamily properties in San Diego. I have one in Long Beach that I found that was kind of a straggler, and now I want to create this beautiful marketing package. But since I'm focusing on multifamily, you can see here inside of my property profile that it might look a little bit different than what your property profile looks like. Your property profile might not have colors. Your property profile might not have anything. And what we allow you to do is to create as many profiles as you want within inside of the program. So if you're focused in office and you don't want to see things that are pertaining to multifamily, remove them. If you want to see things that are pertaining to the financial information like the cap rate or IRR, add them. Again, we want to make sure that it's customizable to you. What if we do everything, Matt? No problem. You can create many layouts or property profiles you want. I have one for lease schedule, one for lending, one for multifamily. James created one in my program as well. So you can create one as well as other folks can create one inside of your system, so you're tracking the information that's important to you. Also, with our recent update, these fields are available for you right in your marketing packages. So If I want to go and create a flyer, I just hit presentations and it will send this information over inside of Market Edge. Now, how did I create this beautiful layout? You simply can go ahead to your button in the upper right-hand corner, click Layouts, Add New Template, Layout, Company Default. That's the company default, meaning that your company's defaulted layout. It could be the RealNex default. It could be your company's layout because that's what you're part of. You can type in a name. The name would be multifamily, office, retail, whatever that case would be, and then it will take you to another page that will allow you to drag and drop. You can rename fields, you can add fields, you can remove fields, you can add sections, and it's so easy that anybody can do it. And you can see here, I really enjoy the color blue. If you like the color black, red, green, white, doesn't matter. You can add sections, remove sections, and move the information around as you see fit. More importantly, this information is available for you in your marketing packages. So I like to purchase opportunity zoned multifamily with ADUs. If you talk to me, you'll hear it. I'm like a broken record. That's my specialty. It's what I love, or mobile home parks. So that's what I have in my demo database. If I have this information checked, this information then will flow back into my marketing package. That can also flow into creating your valuation. So there are some stages that we talk about. We talk about maybe the initial phase is calling a client and then giving them a valuation or an updated valuation on their building. Then it might be a listing presentation, and from a listing presentation, it might turn into a listing. And from there, you're going to create a marketing package. Now, the idea is to have little or no duplication of efforts, right? So we want your high and best use of your time being out there working with clients and building those relationships. So all your information within inside the RealNex system, whether that's in Marketplace or in the CRM, is all able to be pushed to these marketing collateral pieces. Well, what do one of these marketing collateral pieces look like, Matt? You're talking about all these cool things. What does it look like? Well, let's talk about the end. Well, here is one of the marketing packages that I have created ahead of time. Now, it's custom branded. I add some closing details here. Sold for 100,000 over ask. There's no retrades. Closing under 20 days, on market under 30 days. We have the buyers. We are the best company. You can add your own information on there and your own name, co-brokers, address. We can even customize these cover pages for you, but there are a ton of cover pages in here that you can utilize. You can do portrait, you can do landscape. Table of contents will get created for you automatically. Property overview. Now, one of the things that I mentioned is your customized fields. So I'll talk to you a little bit more about the property summary and property overview, how the property summary fields can then be customized. So your information that you have in there that's pertinent to your building that you track in your market can come across. So our fields do not matter to you anymore. The fields that you customize are now available inside of that marketing package. Buy this property now. You can see how we have the photos in here. We can add margins. We can remove margins. We have your demographics for you, as well as retail and business mapping. So it doesn't just have to be, just all retail locations. It can be businesses, and it could be a church. It could be a hospital. Mapping, overview mapping, and then there's price evaluation. Now, sometimes this will be for your own edification to find out whether it's a good deal for your buyer, right? Because you want to underwrite the property. I looked at a property yesterday, and after I started looking at the financial numbers, I called our analyst, and he was like, "What?" So we went to put it in our program, and I'll tell you, those numbers were way, 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 way off. I would never present it to my client, and we were able to do that simply with inside of our program. We can show acquisition costs, development costs, soft costs. We can show a nice pro forma, and our pro formas are really nice because it can show your actual versus market. It can show your actual, it can show market. It pulls out your GRM, market GRM, cap rate, market cap rate. If you want to show a loan, if you have a refinance in year 3 or 4 or 5, you can show that in there as well. Then it does go ahead and calculate your DCR automatically for you. This is kind of in a flipbook style. You can also go ahead and download this as a PDF if you don't want to do it in a flipbook. Your comparables will get brought in directly from the RealNex CRM. You can also upload them from Excel if you choose. cash flow analysis, broker opinion of value, supporting documents, unit mix report, internal rate of return, internal financial indicators, cumulative wealth. These graphs and charts will all be created for you within inside of the program. Now, Matt, this is looking absolutely beautiful. I love the fact that you put this together. We're talking about us, our education, and so forth, but how do I physically make this? It's easy. Hit presentation analysis inside of the RealNext CRM, or inside of Market Edge, just hit an analyze. It's then going to take us over to this red tab. This red tab is going to be RealNext Market Edge. So if you're not sure what our names are, Market Edge, CRM, Marketplace, just think about red for marketing and analytics, orange for prospecting and pipeline management, blue for tour book and leasing management, and green for listing management and email marketing. Now, the data that you bring in will be populated right in our program. Now, when I say that anybody can use this by using a mouse and a keyboard, you really can. In the upper right-hand corner, you click Guide Me. Now, what Guide Me is going to do is give you a lot of options. One is it can walk you through step by step what to do, right? You can simply hit Analyze Market and you can see it step by step. Then you can go ahead and choose what the analysis, presentation only, rent roll only, financial indicators. And one of the questions I'll get to here in a second, Randy, as soon as we kind of go through here, it's a fantastic question, by the way. Keep throwing your questions in there. I think I'll be able to chew gum and walk at the same time. We'll tell you that entering address is important because it's going to map out your address for you. However, Matt, I'm doing land. It doesn't have an address, or, you know, I have not the correct address, or it's not showing up correctly on the map. Geocode it, no problem. Google Maps, other maps aren't always perfect. Latitude and longitude always are. So you can add the longitude and latitude in there so you can geocode it. But simply, it's going to walk you through step by step in here. Well, Matt, I don't have a purchase price. What do I do? Well, one is you can enter 0. And we tell you right here in those instructions. So again, if you can click a mouse and read, you'll be able to use our program. It's that simple. And we want to talk about how do we enhance that marketing content. So I'm not going to go in through the full analysis portion. All your data from the CRM can get brought into here. You can add other fields inside of here if you want to add additional information. But your assumptions for like land and value. So if you're doing a full financial analysis or broker opinion, it's all in here. Your income, if you have your unit mix or your rent roll, will automatically get brought in here. So it's saving you quite a bit of time. If you have an office building with 86 units and you have the building stack in the CRM, it'll pull the complete building stack across. Similarly, if you have the unit mix. Now, I went ahead and I simply just broke out 1 2-bedroom, 1 bath because I wanted to see the spread individually versus having it bulk, right? Because again, back to the package I saw yesterday, the spaces that were vacant were at market and it looked like, whoa, okay, yeah, anyways, you get the point. But I like to spread them all out. You can also use our import tool right inside of Market Edge and you can import that information, whether it's units for multifamily or it's spaces for multi-tenanted. Expenses, add any expenses in there. You want the expenses. Now, the income and expenses, that information is going to be important in your presentation for things like your pro forma or your IRR or your APOD and so forth. Any debt services, if you do want to show in there your DCR, put in your financing and it'll give you your projections charts. And we even have a dashboard that's available for you on your mobile devices. It is not an app, but it does fit right on your iPads, Androids. Pull it up in someone's office, you can see here, and then you can see here I have a capital expense in year 5, needs a roof replacement. But today is about presentations like a pro. And the idea is to be able to have something that you're able to create, whether it's a leave behind, a full presentation, maybe it's a 2-page flyer about you and what you do and your company. This program can do it for you. This right here was made within seconds because it took the photo out of my property within inside of RealNext CRM. I went ahead and added some closing details on here, and that was it. Now I got my page. Now I can draw on the page. I want to add some additional text, if I want to add a star, maybe I want to show in here that it's, it's a 12 cap, it's a 2 cap, whatever that I want to highlight. I can add some rectangles, squares, and so forth if I want to draw on there. I can also change this into portrait without redoing the whole system. I just select a different cover page. To select a cover page, I can do that on the right-hand side, and I can choose the different cover pages in here. And again, we have quite a few cover pages within inside of here. If you're with some of the major brands, we'll have the cover pages, but we also take care of everybody. So you'll see a ton of cover pages within inside of here. And you can see them all right here. Landscape, portrait, and you can go back and forth. Now, to create a full marketing package offering memorandum, you might not know what information you put in. Matt, what should I be putting in? Should I be putting in resale snapshot? Should I be putting in a cash flow analysis? If you hit file and hit templates, once you select templates and you hit RealNext templates, we will give you these templates included in the program. All you need to do is select one of them, development analysis, sale brochure, sale flyer with map, and hit open. And when you do, it'll give you the layout according to what we see by most brokers across the globe, and it will give you a template layout. Now you might say, you know what? I really don't want that information inside of my program. I don't need demographics. I don't need extended demos or whatever it is. You see how I put my mouse over here? There's a little X. All you need to do is click that X, and it will remove it from your template. Once you get the template exactly the way you want, you simply go ahead and click File, Templates. Under My Templates, you'll see Save Current As, and you'll see Save Current As, and then that way it'll allow you to save your own. Like I have blank BOV, full offering, introduction to, and loan sample. I might create 20 of these and then go walk buildings. Awesome. I think it's a better handout than a business card. It's a better leave behind than a business card. You can also add additional brokers. By clicking preferences in here, you can add additional people that are not necessarily part of your team. Maybe you're co-broking with another brokerage firm. Awesome. Add them in as an alternate contact, 1, 2, 3, 4. Depending on your profile page, it will allow that. We even have international settings for international folks that are on this call today, and you can change things around with the international settings. I won't change the international settings. I've done that before, and then I can't read the language, and then my presentation doesn't look awesome. So let's talk a little bit more about some things like adding messaging. One of the things that I want to show everybody today is no matter what fields you have, if you come over to the property summary page and you click on any one of these sections in here, you'll notice this little pop-up here. It says Select Fields. If you click Select Fields, you're going to go ahead and see the top bar. It says Select Fields. Well, let's figure out the ones that are common fields, or let's figure out the ones that are industrial or anything else. Now, I went and I spent an hour and I customized my whole system for my team. And it looked awesome, by the way. We absolutely love this. We love it, love it, love it. However, and you want to now have those fields brought across, just come over here to Sources and then say only CRM, and it can show one from the CRM. If you want to say user added, you can say user added. When you do say user added, it's going to say, do you want to reset these fields? Click here. If you do click there, what it's going to do is it's going to reset these fields here. Now, I did this ahead of time. So when I started doing that, I added my own fields. You're going to see in here that I have other information that you may not have in yours. But that's because I use my fields directly from the CRM. So you can choose here. So I have in here ADU, no, yes. Like I mentioned before, is there an ADU option in there? No, yes. Maybe I want to put in there, if it's an ADU, is it 3 ADUs part of a 10 unit? Meaning if we have 10 units plus there's an option to add 3 additional ADUs. Well, we can show that. Property overview and property location are pretty easy. It's self-explanatory. You can use things like ChatGPT or Copilot or anything like that to build your property overview and location. We recommend using one that you've used, that you've programmed, you've guided to do it. However, I just write the property overview myself. I found it's the most accurate. Everything else just seemed silly as I did it. Even ones that I programmed, it still just didn't come out awesome. So I used my own. So if you delete certain things in a template, how do you add them back? You can always go ahead and click add pages and you can add it back in the page. You could also make sure that it doesn't save. And sometimes I do a little trick and it may work for you or not. But if I did something here and I didn't want to do it, I'll just log right out. I don't click on any of these other tabs. I just log out. And it's possible it didn't save yet. And if that is the case, then you should be able to get exactly back what you wanted there. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about our global pages. I think global pages are really important because there's some things that we want to add that maybe aren't in our program. So global pages are fantastic because if we have a team bio and we want to show that team bio, I was able to make this beautiful team bio here within minutes. So here's my team right here. I have myself and the team that's on here. Now to create this, all I did was come over here and say customizable page. On the right-hand side, it says select layout. I hit select layout, and then I can come over here, and when I click on the next section, it says template or examples. Please pick examples. It'll give you a lot of cool ideas, okay? We are not always graphic designers. Now, there are a lot of graphic designers using our program. There's a lot of analysts using our program. Your specialty is not graphic design, or even as it is, this is going to give you some creativity. You can do a dynamic layout, which allows you to do it on your own. Full page, we understand what that is, but a lot of times we're not exactly sure what we want to do or how we want to do things. This gives you a way to do 3 agents. Maybe we want to show 3 different properties. Maybe we want to show 2 different properties. Maybe we want to show additional spaces within inside of the buildings. Whatever you want to do, and here's another one where you have a team bio. Whatever you choose that layout. Now it's drag and drop. Anybody can drag and drop something. It's easy. New row, great, we have a new row. So now I added a row down in here. Down here, I want to do bullets. So now it's going to allow me to do bullets. I want to have property fields. Now remember those property fields, if you click in there, you can pull your property fields directly from your CRM. So all your customization that you have is able to be brought over, which is awesome. So our program is customizable for you. Our marketing packages are customizable for you. Our email marketing is customizable for you. So it really sets your brand standards in there. Again, drag it. We have a photo. Now we can have our image inside of that, and then we can hit finish edit. It's going to ask me for a photo. I'll just put this one in here. So now we have a photo. Finish edit, and now we have our new page. Now I'm going to delete it out of here because I didn't like what I did. We can show that one. Again, you can show pages, like right here is commercial real estate statistics, team bio. Maybe you have an agent bio because you only want to show your information. If you want to use these pages over and over and over again, you can customize these pages. It's real easy for you to customize. You can even draw on them, duplicate, change the name of the page, any of that. Maybe you want to have a PDF inside of there, but maybe it's a PDF every time. So it's the same PDF every single time. Use a global page for that. You can shrink it, you can change the page, you can even download it. If you want to use a PDF per presentation, then what I want you to do is I want you to go ahead and let me refresh this real quick. Then what I want you to do is come over here and hit add pages, and then go down to PDF and simply just drag in the PDF in there, and then you can upload that PDF. So if it's a different PDF for every package, maybe it's an Argus run or something to that effect that your client said, hey, look, this is what I need, you can simply drag and drop that. So, there's a lot of times we want to have, and create these best practices, and a couple of them come back to something that I'm going to touch base on here in a second. Business and retail mapping. It's important that you follow this instruction. So I'm going to pull these report settings over. I do not like to pull off sections like this. I don't know why, I just don't. Sometimes I just don't know what I want to add. Sometimes you might know exactly, and you're like, hey, amusement parks, I want to add them. If you're not sure, and you just want to see all what's available around, just click in the box and hit the backspace. Then click the white area, it's going to say business types, and hit search, and it will pull up all the business types. Okay, so for me, this is easier to go and add them. And as I click on them, it'll start adding them into here. If there's a logo available, we'll populate the logo for you. If you want to show things like the circle for a radius, you can do so. You can even change the marker, change it from a line to none to an arrow. I don't like the arrows, but some like coffee, some like tea. If you want to show your own custom logo on there, again, we give you the availability to just add your own logo, like mine is posted right into there. So using the business mapping is fantastic. Like I mentioned before, pro forma summary, resale snapshot. Now, I'm getting a lot of questions on sales comps. How do we give supporting documentation and how do we get it in there? Well, there's two ways. There's one way that's easier than the other. One is you can bring as much data into our program as you want. You can bring sales and lease comps through the RX data tab. You can bring in data through the tools imports with inside the CRM. You also can come over here inside of Market Edge and click comps, and then you can import data directly from a CSV file, and you can download one of the sample templates. Now we have sample templates built in the CRM in the RX data portion for release and sales. So we have plenty of templates for you to use. Again, it's very simple. You're typically just matching the header in your spreadsheet, the field in our program, or you're using one of the templates that we provide, whatever works best for you to do. Upload the file, and then those comps will be available for you. If you're currently using our CRM and you want to bring over the data in there, then you can go here and click CRM, and the easiest way to do it is to filter the information out inside of that program, meaning inside of the CRM for you, filter it out and put them into a group. 123 Main Street comps, 234 anywhere comps, and put that information in there. That's going to help you the best because you're going to pick that, you'll hit search, and then it will show the comps in that group. If you hit any and you have comps, like I have 42,000 comps in here, this is going to take me too long, and they're not all going to be applicable to the property that I'm underwriting. Now, these comps are also going to be available for you not only in your supporting documentation when it comes to selling the property, it also comes into when you underwrite the property for evaluation. So you can dictate whether that comp is superior or inferior to help build a case why someone should sell or buy at that price. So your comps are going to really help you out with that section. Again, as you get questions, I'm here to help you. There's also these subsections. These subsections are great. So property overview. This property overview will show right here. You can hit edit page. You can add your own photo in here. You can add a photo from the building. Just select in the area, click add photo, and add the photo right to it. So now it's going to pull up the photo, and I want that as my background. And then I can say I want a background like that, or background like that. Again, we give you a lot. You can also change it from property overview to whatever you choose. And again, you can change it from section 1 to something different. So let's look at this. We created this beautiful property profile. We're able to keep our information not only updated in our CRM, but in our marketing packages and in Marketplace. Now we're able to enhance that content. We can work with the templates within program. We have custom pages. We can customize the brochures for you. There is a small cost for that, but we can do that for you. Or we may already have your customization built in the program. Now you can change the colors and so forth within the system on your own and add your own logo. Now I'm going to give you a different example because not everybody does multifamily. Some do office, some do retail, and so forth. Here's one where the picture sells itself. I mean, this looks absolutely awesome. And then you can see here, here's a different example of what the interior pages look like. And again, I have my information here, and then I can go ahead and see my property summary, property description. Now those fields, again, are pulling from the RealNext program, so they're all in there. And when you go ahead and group anything in there, all you need to go ahead and do is filter out the information. So how do I add them to a group? Well, add the information to groups real easy, and I'll go over how to do that inside of the program after we're done with the presentation part. We're kind of rolling up towards that, but you can see how awesome it looks. Now this one here, I started writing the executive and the senior analyst, so I didn't update my team bio inside the package before I previewed it, but you can see how it looks. And I think this looks absolutely amazing. and it will do all the financials for you. It'll calculate your cap rate. It'll calculate all the information for you. So if you didn't put a cap rate in, it can create a cap rate for you. You simply just need to go to property after you put your income and expenses. You click the three little dots. You choose your target cap rate, IRR, cash on cash return, target cap, 6 rate, and it's going to go ahead and fill that in for you. So that'll allow you to go ahead and create that information right in there for you. If you need to put more debt down or maintain 12%, you can change that information for you. But again, those templates that are in there are just absolutely phenomenal. You can download as the PDF, you can share it, you can share it on social media and all these different places. You can take the hyperlink out. It also is going to alert you. So yes, I just sent a marketing package over to somebody and it alerted me that they viewed it. And I sent another package over to somebody and it alerted it. So if you go ahead and you are doing evaluation for a client, use our eMarket, right? Our eMarket is our digital publication. So how do you create an eMarket? You click on presentation. And sorry if I'm jumping around a little bit here. I'm trying to get to some of these questions. Inside of the presentation tab, once you have this beautiful, awesome package, you simply hit view share. From here, you can email it. Email it to the client and emails it as a PDF right through our program. You can BCC yourself so you get a copy of it. You can ePublish. ePublish is just like I showed you. It is a flip book. You can export to Excel. Not sure why you'd ever want to, but you could. You can create a deal room. You can list it in Marketplace if it's not in there already. You can create a website. We want to create a website for this property, no problem. I can choose the information that I want on there. All I want in here is the investment, the contact. I don't want anything inventoried, and I want to show some photos, no problem. I'm going to go ahead and update. Awesome, now I can see that website. Very simple website with my information, so your company logo, my colors, and there you go. Very simple, very easy. It's not so fancy that it's hard for people to figure out. Remember, if you're not good at computers, you can imagine what some of your clients might be. They might not be good at computers either. If you make it too fancy, they can't understand your offering. If you make it too hard for them, they can't navigate. That's why we keep our websites so simple so anybody can navigate through them. It doesn't have as much flash as some of the other ones, but it gets down to exactly what people are looking for. You can also add some cool stuff to your own website. Analyze Now widget, which is really neat. Copy the script and embed it on your website. Change the backdrop color, and you can also post it on the Real Estate Exchange. Now, why would I ever do this? One is if you need help, we're here to help you. Send a customer service, we're here to help you. We're not here to do it for you unless you hire us for the concierge service, but we can help you with it. Maybe I'm working with someone across the globe. I can put the recipient's email address in here as an individual, or I can make it global, available to the global market. I'm going to put the recipient's email address in there, and then I can send it to them. So if you're analyzing a deal with another broker that uses our program, they then can simply just download this in the Real Estate Exchange by coming up to, I think it's going to be in the share, and then you're going to say search Real Estate Exchange, and then you can download it. We even have stuff in here for the academic community. So if you are in the academic community and you are going through your masters of real estate finance and you want to download it, that's how you can download it right in our program. So some of the questions that are coming in are, those are the templates that I want. Yes, just file templates, RealNext templates, and they're here. And if you click all, you have a lot more. Give you a ton, and then you can decide whether you want landscape or portrait. I'm a portrait person. You might be landscape. You might be a little bit of both. Maybe it's for lease. You can do for lease out of here too. Don't think that this is only made for sales. I really dislike when people are like, your program's only made for one way. It's not. It's made for all aspects of commercial real estate, no matter what you do. And now with the customized fields, we give you the flexibility to customize all the details on the property. So whether you're in office or retail, industrial, maybe you're part of a team, and some of your team does office, some of your team does retail, some of your team does multifamily, no problem. You can load different templates. And I'm going to load here, that's the existing one. And I didn't like this one as much as I like mine. And so now I'm going to go ahead and load mine, and I can see exactly the fields that I have in my program. So let's talk a little bit about some of the comparables, right? If I go into the sales comps and I want that information to come across and I want it to show up in my marketing package, but I have 42,000 comps like you do, Matt, what do I do? Well, you simply go ahead and click filters, and then you can say simple filters. If you want to drill down, narrow down the criteria. So what does that mean? That means we have 42,000 properties. We want it to be less. One is you can go to filters and you can start adding in criteria. Date sold, price. You can come over here to types and pull up the property type. Since we just did multifamily and industrial, I can pull it multifamily or industrial. And that's going to narrow it down from 42,000 to whatever here to 9,595. That's still too many comps. Now we can pull in a date range. We can pull in a unit mix. We can add as many fields in here to narrow down the criteria. Or you can add a map too. So if you want to do it on a map, we can say, like, let's pull out all the comps in this area here that are in this area, and let's add the units to it. Well, I don't want to go through and select 671 properties. Wait, that's too many to put in there anyways. But if you want to put them in, sure, whatever. I wouldn't recommend it, but what I'm trying to show you is this: is you don't have to go, I want to select these. You can get your filter, and if it's got 50 or 20 or 30, you say add to group, proceed, and you can add them to the group. I'm just going to add them to this group for you right now. It's that easy. That's how you add them to a group. So whether you're trying to group contacts, companies, properties, spaces, projects, same exact fundamentals apply. That's one of the best things about our program. No matter where you're at in the program, it's going to work similar to other areas of our program. It's not a new learning curve in every section. I'm sorry you've had experiences in other programs that weren't that, but we're not that. So if you're not using our program, come over to the dark side and we'll show you how it's done. Now, as we're starting to wrap up here, I'm trying to answer everybody's questions. I'm getting questions piling in constantly on how to do that. Now, remember, information can start from your CRM as you're prospecting, calling the property owner, calling the landlord, calling the tenants, and then information will push into our marketing packaging. Same thing if you're doing a comparative lease analysis. All the space details can be put into the comparative lease analysis. If you have just your listings in our program and you want to create a beautiful package, same way, you can send the information. Create that beautiful package. And if you want to follow up with an email, you can easily follow up with an email once you've created your package and you have your information the way you want it to. You can go back to listing, or you can say update listing. And then from here, all you need to do is click on that little icon that looks like an envelope. That's it. Just click on that, and I'll use the property that we had down in here. It is going to allow you to create that email marketing. Same exact way we created the groups for our comps, it's going to allow us to create the groups for our email marketing. So I come over here and I pick a template that I like. I'm going to select this one here. I make sure it looks good. There's my information. Looks awesome. I'm going to take some of these fields out. I'm just going to highlight them and I'm going to take them out real easy. No problem. You can see here, I'm a beginner at this and it took me seconds. There's my good friend, Andrew Botros. He's in support. If you talk to him, tell him thank you. He does a great job. Hit next. I got a beautiful campaign that I've created, in 45 seconds, and my groups and people are right here. We track your opens, your opt-outs, your clicks, all that stuff. So remember to present like a pro. Sending information from Market Edge is easy from the CRM or Marketplace. Enhancing content in Market Edge by adding messages, images, and PDF. Working within the templates, whether that's accessing our templates or modifying our templates or creating your own. Working with the custom pages to build additional pages, adding widgets and customizing data using the fields that you already created with inside your custom program. So everything's custom for you. It's all about speed, 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 speed. And then remember, presentations, it doesn't have to be just a full OM. It can be an OM It can be a flyer. It can be a flyer just like this that starts out as a one-page flyer. And then from here, it's going to turn into that beautiful marketing package. Again, this is different branding. I'm just showing a couple different things. Now I can go back and I can load that marketing package. Real simple. I'm going to try my not saving trick. Flyers, brochures, proposals, valuations, OMs, development analysis, e-publish, website, PDF. It's all there for you. Does anybody have any additional questions before we wrap up here? If everybody liked it, I'd love to hear, this was great, awesome speed. Next time, speed up, you're too slow, you're too fast, slow down. This looks good, your product's great. Any kind of feedback, positive or negative, will help us improve and be better tomorrow than we were today, and that's all we can ask. Brandon, one of my new favorite people, told me a trick. He said, Matt, when you're presenting and when you're speaking, have a little bit of water and take a sip every now and again. And I hope that his trick worked. And this was one of the best presentations I've done for each and every one of you. If you're not a client at RealNext, please join. If you are a client at RealNext, thank you. We appreciate you. We couldn't be here without you. We continue to update our program. We continue to enhance our program. We have more and more information coming out for the market. We'll continue to update our program. You'll continue to see updates to our program. If you're not sure where all those updates are, you can go into the Guide Me section and you'll see some of the updates within the Guide Me. Sometimes you get prompted with some of the updates, but it says like new featured content, layouts, dialogue styles, new add-in for Gmail and Outlook that turns emails into contacts right inside of Outlook or Gmail. Our global search is available for you on your mobile app now. All these were ideas that you had and we provided back in the program. So we thank you for your input and constantly giving us feedback.